Alright guys, welcome back. CFP here, and we are at camp. This is the day 2. So yesterday we just came out here, got set up, just base camp here. Today we are going to be working on some survival skills. First things first, coffee. Breakfast. This is biscuit and gravy. I like these. These are actually pretty good. So I got to cook up some breakfast right fast, which consists of boiling water. Not hard. Now, along with our survival skills that we're going to be going over today, I'm actually going to be cleaning up this campsite. This is an existing campsite, what I came across here, because I did find a fire pit, which is just dug out with coals still sitting in it. And since this is the existing campsite, we're going to improve it a little bit. There's a lot of down branches, down trees over here. That's what we used for firewood last night. So I'm going to finish collecting all of that stuff up out here, break it down, get it ready for fire tonight. That way I can kind of clean up the grounds over here, and being able to leave a campsite improved than where I found it. I take enjoyment out of that. So that way next time somebody comes bebopping up the trail and they decide that this looks like a good spot to rest, they've got a clean campsite. And yeah, it was actually pretty nice last night. The only thing I heard was the bullfrogs and crickets all night. I think cicadas were making a lot of racket. But you can hear the creek from where we're at, which I don't like being that close to water when I'm camping. I've already discussed that. Unfortunately, this is the only flat ground around. Now, I am real high up above the river, so there's a huge drop off down there, and it's hard getting to the river. But animals have no problem going up and down hills. But the only tracks I've seen next to the river down here is raccoons. So, not too bad. I will say something interesting. This morning at 7 a.m., I was hearing voices. Not up here. People were already on the trail. Now, it took me 3 hours to get here yesterday, and only stopped for breaks long enough to drop the pack, drink some water, maybe 5 minutes, and start at it again. So that's telling me that they had to start, if it took them 3 hours, at 4 a.m. Odds are, since I couldn't see them, they had no packs. They were just walking the trails. I hate to think it took me that much longer with a pack on than if I didn't have a pack. Something to think about, because I don't think they're out here walking these trails in the dark. These trails are hard enough. Alright guys, let me have breakfast and we'll get started on some things. So yeah guys, I am tired. Only because of the walk-in. That's what's really kicked my butt. Ow, sorry about that. It was just a harder hump than I thought it was. I still had my gear packed out heavy. I talked to the wife last night on the cell phone. Told her about it. She says, well, you pack your gear like you did before you got hurt. You pack your gear like you did before, you know, you started gaining a little bit of a married belly. Yeah. So, this here was actually a very great test. I needed to go camping anyway, but this here got me to really look at my gear. I will be getting a different bug out bag. This one here has worked very well for years. The tear, I can put a patch, but it looks like the fabric itself is starting to dry rot on me. So, may as well replace it while I can. I might get up with my buddy Ryan over the Prescott Caliber Club and see about what type of deal he has going on. Usually, he always hooks me up with really good prices, usually at cost, mainly because we're really good friends. So I'm probably just going to go through him. Okay guys, so I am in the creek, trying to keep an eye on some of these spots out here because it is dark and shadowy that way, and like I said, there are gators here. Now I do want to go over a couple things. First thing I want to do is run a trot line. Alright, now I cannot leave this trot line in position. This is for educational purposes only, because they are illegal. Okay, so we will be making one of these. Sorry guys, I am still circling around, just making sure nothing's creeping up on my backside in the water. We'll walk this way a little bit. Alright, yeah, I do have a machete. Don't know what it's going to do, but it makes me feel better. So one of the easiest way, guys, is to find a low hanging branch and tie off to such a branch. Alright, now because some of these branches are in the water here, we're going to go ahead and remove those, get those out of the way, just to keep it from dangling down and getting our line all caught up. Alright, this will work. Now you can run multiples across the top of this. The easiest way is actually strip this thing all the way down, but because this is just a video, guys, and we're not actually in a survival situation, the easiest thing to do is pull down your branch, tie off. Now I do have some of this bright paracord here. Put my machete back in this tree trunk. Release that. Now, with this paracord, you only want enough to hit the water. From the water down, you're going to hook up your leader and fishing hooks, okay? So, just go ahead and find a nice little spot to tie off on. And I like to keep steel leaders with my fishing equipment, that way I know it's not going to bust. Alright, so this is as far as we want to go, right there, okay? We can go cut that. And I'm going to reel this back in because it's going down river. Okay. Put this in my pocket. Alright, so now we're at the water edge right there, okay? So we'll tie off our fishing line and our hook with a sinker. Just a couple feet. Alright, you can see how deep this water is. It's about knee high right now. And we could run multiples across this bush. Now what happens is, if something hits this and takes the bait, it pulls it down, okay? There's an easy way indicator to tell that something is on your line, because your line is down. You can see that your string is further underwater compared to sitting at the top, and you know you've got something. Now, be careful with this. Gators, especially here in Florida, trot lines are run all over the place out here. Like I said, they're illegal. Now, unless you're fishing for gator or whatever, I'm pretty sure there's something you can get by with. I keep looking over this way, guys. It's for a reason, okay? I am uncomfortable right here near this dark section near the mud bank. That's clay there, but I just can't see what's in there. What happens is you want to catch the fish, and it's been a while since you went and checked your line. So your fish is submerged, he's hung up. Alright, usually you won't have a real heavy pull. Just depends on what type of branch you hooked up on. Alright, but then when you come to check your stuff, you got to pull way down here, because a gator's done come by and ate your fish, and now he's still hooked to it. Alright guys, let me go ahead and unhook this. We'll remove this. Alright guys, so another way to do this. You got that stick, that root coming out of the embankment over there, tying off with a heavy line, running straight out to the other side of the bank and running your line straight down, just like we did with the tree trunk. The tree branch there. We just run our line straight down off of that. And that also works. That way you can go all the way across the river bank. This here, it doesn't have as much give and pull as a branch hanging over the tree, like having a bush. But it does work. It works very well. And you're able to walk away from these, okay? But like I said, each state's different. It is illegal in Florida to be running trot lines. That's why we were just doing this for demonstration. You can use these in a survival situation, all right? All bets are off in survival situation. I don't mind breaking a few laws just to stay alive. Yeah, I'm not walking out there only because I can tell it's above my chest over there. It actually drops off, and there are some down trees there. I do not want to get myself tangled up in there. That current's actually moving pretty quick down that way, so I don't want to see, that current is moving over there. I've actually got the pea gravel from the bed here washing out from underneath my feet while I'm standing here. So we're not going to stay in here much longer. Okay guys, so you got a shower. Actually, you could go a couple days without a shower. It's just so freaking hot out here, guys. That creek, I've been waiting to get in that creek. So we weren't eaten by an alligator, thank goodness. As far as fish that may be in there, I didn't see nothing, guys. I didn't see no crawfish. I didn't see nothing up in there. But it doesn't mean that there's not something in there. Anyway, now that I am showered, well, bathed, I'm gonna get back to work.